Last time on Dice Funk.
Sprinkles here might be the first person who has actually stopped and listened. So yeah, I'm a little rabbit, but as long as it's not that much blood you need.
Yeah, you're in the body of our bandmate, so by default, you have to obey the band's rules of friendship.
The thing in Juniper's body with the glowing red eyes says, "You can call me Kashim, man. That's what my handle. That's what all my friends call me, or they used to back in the day. It's been a long time. You know the day? I believe it was a Sunday. Me and my best gal gone out for a cherry. It's in fact, it was different then. Nobody really, they didn't talk like they do these days with all the. Oh, I shouldn't have said that.
Juniper, as your bandmate and best friend, where I don't know what that means, is it okay if I just choke you out every time they show up?
If it's definitely them, sure.
Hey, I'm gonna go with Sprinkles. We're gonna win the race, and then we're gonna make a place that doesn't have any air in it, and it doesn't have any food in it, and so that you'll leave people like Sprinkles alone. Not you specifically, like the red eye guy.
Yes. Oh my god. I've become even more dumb.
Alright. Yeah.
Oh my god, I've synced with the dodo and it's syncing with nothing.
Austin, can we get some kind of item that lets us, speed up our mount so that we can catch up in the race a bit? But it looks like the Millennium Rod from Yu-Gi-Oh!
The dodo could become like a blue eyes white dragon briefly if the sprout could become Emrakul.
Oh, I like this a lot. This is cool.
I like it.
I'm gonna roll. Vimble tries to throw one of his signature darts up your urethra. 25.
Okay, I think that's going to be enough to make Korvok give up on his dream of going to business school.
Oh, this is for the best.
And so yeah, Korvok takes that and down he goes as he collapses onto the ground, both in pain but also at the realization that he's never going to fulfill his dreams.
Here's my pitch to you is you hit the ground. Too pain to fight on, and that psychic reverberation feeds back into Spider, who digivolves back into the Pegasus, the Pegasus creature we discussed before, and the vehicle lists wildly and begins falling out of the sky.
Ooh.
Because it's always a temporary thing, but now basically. The whole vehicle's going down. We were in a crash scenario.
I mean, yeah, that sounds right.
I saw a spark against the dark, and we erupt, but it's a slow burn. I take a chance, we start to dance, can see enough to know to turn around. The sound of a bonfire carries over fences, titillates our senses. We can feel the heat, the chill wind is pushing you into me, and it's looking like we might be burning, might be burning, might be burning down. But we're a bonfire, I keep putting in, I keep putting in. Oh, we're a bonfire.
I'm so sorry, I literally keep forgetting that the monarchy is a real thing in the real world.
Yeah.
That affects it. I'm the magical one that's over there, because those aren't real.
Look, I live in this country, and kings and queens feel like things that only exist in fantasy stories. It's no, my country has one of those. Okay.
Yeah, I mean, I've got Lizzie on our $20 bills, but our $20 bills are about to get a lot uglier. But yeah, even it just I always just think of the monarchy as a bit.
Yeah.
Technically, you are right. Everything that the monarchy is technically a bit. They're one of the few surviving ones, because they're okay, we have to be show ponies, but secretly we're horrible.
And we were gonna hand off for the other group of people to record an episode, and then Austin was oh, I have ideas. come back. You cannot leave. I have recordings to do with you.
Last we left the adventure, the party ran into Sprinkles again, and you did a ritual to connect with her creator, Kushim, who is now able to inhabit poor Juniper, and we will explore that going forward.
Yeah.
What I did not expect was that you would ask for a reward, and then I made a very foolish decision, which was giving you kind of carte blanche, and we ended up in a place where you got a rod that could power up your animals, and you took to the sky, and you started immediately lapping people in this race. You went from the last position to like halfway up the pack. It was quite a swing in momentum.
Hooray! One thing went well for us, and it definitely didn't then start going badly right afterwards.
Korvok attempted to piss down on Vimble, and that resulted in a fight which saw the fucking scorpion fall out of the air. So
This really is always sunny in Philadelphia.
Yeah. I think last episode, Austin's last words to us were, by next week, think about how you're going to survive a plane crash.
So yeah, the last episode ended with Korvok getting knocked out, and the consequence we had was that Spider reverted to the depowered formed, de-digivolved, if you will, which sent Scorpion spinning out of the air and hitting the Justice Mobile on the ground. And where we rejoin this adventure is like mid car crash. There's just like screeching of metal, there's splintering of wood. Everyone is like going in and out of consciousness as you are thrashed brutally. You all are rolling in different directions. Scorpion hits the ground in such a way there's like a pocket of like magma, and that causes just a burst of lava in every direction and more destruction. It is like a full-on Michael Bay scene as everything is just ripped apart and thrown in every direction, and everyone is separated and badly injured.
If only I had good bouncing legs to take the fall.
Can I roll perception to like look around because I'm getting up and like, whoa, dude, stomping out my head because it's on fire just a little bit?
So, Piccolo, you are the first person to regain consciousness. You've been thrown clear from the vehicle. You have rolled down a hill and like slid through a patch of obsidian, which slashed up a bunch of your branches. But as you kind of stand to your feet, you don't find yourself in an incredible amount of pain. I guess as a treant, you probably experience pain differently.
I experienced it differently, but just like in Princess Mononoke, it is real.
Okay. So, Piccolo, you stand up and kind of stumble away from where you landed. There are like bits of the Justice Mobiles scattered all around. There's probably like a raccoon skull you see. And you're trying to like stumble towards other people. And you taste in your feet, because that's how you taste, something very interesting and invigorating, unlike anything you tasted before. And you look down to see what you stepped on. And it appears to be the sheared off wing of some kind of creature.
Oh my god, is this part of Spider?
Why don't you roll medicine?
Ooh, it's taking a while.
Oh, grumpy puppy.
She heard someone outside the door. Is anyone? Okay, 9.
So that's not very good. I would say it doesn't appear to be Spider. Spider has like, I think, black wings we discussed.
Oh, I'm gonna keep it anyway because I need body parts for my little kit. I love to make things out of body parts. So I'm just gonna keep this.
I will say though, because you can taste it from touching it, like stepping on it and stuff, it tastes really good, and you feel it like filling you with vitality when doing so. So if you would like to, you can gain full hit points if you want to.
Yeah, I think I'll eat this wing, but I'm a little scared that this wing is cursed, and then I'm eating an angel's wing, and I will forever be cursed. That's okay. I don't know that. Hold on. All right. Oh my god. Now that I've touched this with my feet, it's delicious. And then I just start stomping on it over and over.
As you begin stomping on this wing, you draw some attention, and someone begins walking over towards you. They are not trying to be stealthy; they're just walking towards you. And you hear them speak, and they say, "Hello, criminal." And you turn, and you see the new one made out of the mud and soil of your home biome. This is one of the new ones that was accompanying Vimble. This one is Mudface, who is a kind of creature made of dirt and mud and roots, the same ones you were born in. And they have a glowing gem in their back, like Dio and Ray.
Hey, I can tell by the scent in the air that you're made out of the same stuff I came from. Are you a tree? Or are you what are you? Are you a root? Or are you a root?
I am a crusader for the law.
Oh, I've never heard of that genus before. Well, that's interesting. It's so interesting seeing you here in an other biome, small world, right? So what's going on? What are we doing?
Dark Justice has tasked me with seeing them safely to the edge of the world, and he has told me about criminals such as you who would stop us.
I thought I was in a band. Can you be two things? Yes, I'm in a band of criminals. Yes, band of criminals. Right. So I was tasked to be in this band.
Thank you for your honesty. It speaks well of you.
Oh, okay. Well, so are you in a rival band? Oh, this is a band battle. Oh, I know what this is. This is a band battle. Okay. We're doing a band battle, right?
Yep, roll initiative to do Battle of the Bands.
I like the idea of all the things you don't know. One thing that you do understand is Battle of the Bands.
Well, I know things. I just don't understand them.
To confirm, are the rest of the party here but just unconscious, but in the same place?
No, none of the other Piccolo has not seen any of the other party members. We will get to them.
Is this a meanwhile episode?
Yes, this is a meanwhile episode. 18.
All right, so you go first.
So yeah, this new one made of mud and roots and dirt just runs up and tries to punch you with a big fist. They are big, but you are bigger, so we'll see how this goes. 13.
Miss.
All right. The first punch just bonks off your bark.
I just look at them and go, oh, band battle. All right. And then do I have to yeah, we went out of battle, so I have to rage up again. All right. Ooh, I get real mad. Big angry tree. 14, 23.
Oh my, 23 hits.
Ah, what? 1 plus 8, so I got 9.
Yeah, so that definitely could have been a lot better. I think you hit the new one with your axe, and the angle is bad, but the axe is just so supernaturally sharp that you cut a big chunk out of it. And on its turn, the new one says, the forces of darkness fight with ferocity, just like Vimble said. And he slams his hands down into the ground, and a bunch of sharp thorns are summoned underneath you. Dexterity saving throw.
16.
Ooh, that definitely saves. You take, oh my word, 15 damage. I rolled really well on damage. You only take half of that, but a bunch of the giant thorns that rip out of the ground slash against your body, and you kind of reel backwards. And it's your turn.
I'm going to take advantage of my very long body, and as I stumble back, I do a JoJo's Bizarre Adventure pose because I'm so long, and I'm like, yeah, I am evil. Evil for music.
To be fair, I am also evil for music.
And then somehow you hear da-da-da-da, da-da-da-da-da, like somehow. You don't know. You just feel it in your heart, honestly.
Oh, sweet merciful Christ. Those both hit. Oh my gosh. Speaking of Evil for Music, we're not recording in 2 weeks because I'm going to a Mars Volta concert.
Cool.
Ooh.
15 and somehow I won again. So 15 and 9. What's happening?
Oh my. Yeah, even with those bad rolls, that is actually enough for me to ask the question, lethal or non-lethal?
Since this is a brethren of mine and I see them as more of a person than I do of the meat creatures subconsciously, and I just can't help it because I'm still adjusting my worldview, I will not kill them because I think this is simply a battle of the bands.
All right, so your axe cuts through the mud with such force that it ejects the gem from the new one, but doesn't break it, doesn't like smash it open or anything.
I catch it from the air, very anime-like.
All right. Yeah, we've seen something similar happen to Dio earlier. In fact, Fortunato like pulled the gem out and put it back in to see what would happen. And it is not permanently damaging to a new one. So all the mud and dirt and roots kind of collapse to the ground. But you are now holding a red gem. Does Mudface get a last word? They're like, justice may fail this day, but in the end, righteousness will always win. And then you just
Not today!
and you just pop the gem out and catch it.
Yeah.
Yeah, so Piccolo wins that fight handily. Yeah, even with some of those poor rolls, you're just an overwhelming physical force.
I love how long my limbs are. I haven't thought, like, I could definitely be, like, an anime villain or a yaoi character.
Piccolo has yaoi hands confirmed.
He does.
Oh.
Meanwhile, wow, you were so right. This is a meanwhile episode. Juniper, what is coming to consciousness like for you? I think you said earlier that if only you had, your springy, jumpy legs, you might have been able to get clear of the crash. But
I feel like if I had both feet, I could do basically the long fall boots from Portal. I could just sort of shock absorb the fall.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, that's not going to work so well lopsided.
Yeah. So Scorpion's made of metal, which seems even harsher to get twisted up in the wreckage of. So
yeah,
that one seems particularly brutal. It's like,
well, you know what? Someone's got to take the brutal one. I am in some metal wreckage.
okay, and that vehicle fell out of the sky, and so I'm picturing it kind of jutting out of the ground, like it had just pierced through some of the crust here that has been, calcified by the geothermal activity, and so you stumble out of this wreckage, and it is like on fire actively behind you. So Piccolo did a medicine check after coming out of the wreckage. For you, I wanted perception, Juniper.
Okay, perception. I'm pretty good at that. When times are bad, Juniper is ready to look around intensely. 16.
16 is very good. In fact, it is not the sense of sight you're using. The way you are perceiving this thing in the environment is your sense of smell. And what you smell is cooking flesh, which sounds like the beginning of a horrifying sentence, but is in fact the start of a delicious sentence, because there is some sort of...
Hey, it could be both. It could be both a horrifying and a delicious sentence. They can both be true.
I guess it depends on your perspective and who you're identifying with at the given moment.
Yeah, honestly, like one person sees a 6, the other person sees a 9. Like the point is that there's too much division in this country.
It's true. That's why I always try to see 69. We got to listen to both sides. Juniper, what you see is a kind of comically large drumstick kind of hanging over a pit of magma, a very like slow moving molten rock here. And it is like charring this drumstick, and it appears to be food. I think you're a vegetarian, so you don't have to do anything about that, but you are badly injured.
Look, even if I wasn't vegetarian, I'm also looking at this and going, this feels like a trap. This feels like I go to reach the drumstick and oops, I fall in the lava. Like, it feels like a fucking cartoon trap.
What's your HP like right now?
I didn't take too much of a hit. I only took like 12 damage last episode because I was fighting from a distance with big lightning. I'm on like 40 health. Worst case, I do have some healing spells if it seems quiet enough for me to slowly heal myself.
So if you choose not to eat the suspicious drumstick, you can start casting a spell. You got to make some gestures. You got to wave your little item around. But then you suddenly hear someone behind you breaking your concentration, and they say, "Mangoes can get sunburned."
Good thing I'm not a mango.
You turn around and you see a person who appears to be made out of Denny's placemats. They are like a paper person with a gem in their back, which is a blue gem, I believe, and they are wielding Zana's bedazzled rapier.
Austin, I have a very important question here. Is Denny's canon in this universe? Or were you simply trying to think of anything made of paper and you're like, being made of paper, Denny's placemats?
No, this is a joke that me and Sam had, I think, in an earlier episode about what Vimble makes his best maps on, because Denny's is a restaurant that has some maps on their menus.
Yes. Sorry, here's me not knowing Denny's and not remembering. Cool, okay. I see a being made of placemats.
Honestly, yeah, you need to do like a higher nature roll to understand Denny's.
I didn't realize that was an American phenomenon, although that does make sense. I think in our fantasy world, there's two apostrophes in there. It's like Denny's to make it really Tolkien-esque. But this is the Trivier, another one of Vimble's sidekicks, who points the rapier at you and says, "Dolphins are unable to smell."
I didn't know that Denny's placemats also had trivia on them.
That's what you is that what you say? Faced with a bejeweled rapier.
Yeah, that's what I say.
All right. The trivia stabs you with the rapier. 14.
14 hits my AC exactly.
All right. You take 8 damage as the blade pierces you shallowly, and it appears that the trivia means business. Roll initiative.
14 initiative.
21.
Okay.
All right. Once again, the trivia lines up to stab you again and says, "The King of Hearts is the only king without a mustache." Crit.
Ah.
Oh God, you're being critted by how annoying the facts are.
Could you not? Could you not?
Nope. The trivia rams the rapier through your body, 11 damage.
Okay. Okay, I'm gonna have to make this, I'm gonna have to deal with this thing real fucking fast.
I gave you a suspicious chicken. It was my Castlevania wall chicken.
Yes, and I didn't take the chicken because, by your own admission, it was suspicious.
Yep.
Okay, it's my turn to fight back.
It sure is.
Cool. I'm gonna do it a slightly less strong level than last episode, but 3rd level Call Lightning.
All right, that's a dex save.
Yeah, dex save.
14.
That does not reach my spell save DC, which is 15, so I get to do full damage with my big lightning.
All right, yeah, and someone made out of paper, probably not super psyched about lightning.
Let's roll 3d10. 19 damage.
All right, that's a sick hit. The trivia wheels back, having been struck by lightning, and fire kind of licking at the edges and spreading, and says, "Despite its hump, a camel has a straight spine."
Hey, here's a piece of trivia. You're on fire, back the hell off.
Roll intimidation.
Do I get advantage for them being on fire?
Well, the fire was letting this happen instead of them still attacking.
Okay, fine. Let's roll. 13 intimidation.
That's not going to do it. No, the Trivier thinks you're an enemy of justice and an enemy of Vimble, his hero. So the Trivier is going to come at you again, a lunge, jumping through the air, leaping as they yell, "The bullfrog is the only animal that never sleeps." 17.
Okay, that hits my AC.
7 damage.
Cool, I'm still alive. Now let me just double check how Cool Lightning works. Do I have to do dex saves every time? On each of my turns, I can use my extra cooldown lightning again this way. Yeah, presumably you get to make a dex save again to see if you...
8.
An 8 is not going to hit my spell save DC. Let me do that full damage again. 3d10. 10 more damage.
All right. So lethal or non-lethal?
Non-lethal. I want them to live and know that I have mercy, that I am not an enemy of justice.
So another bolt of lightning comes down and just obliterates the paper parts of the Trivier, and the gem rolls across the like lava bed at your feet. The words on the wind, just like being carried away in the mist, you just hear, "The fear of vegetables is called lacanophobia."
Maybe they hit so hard because every time we go, "Wow, that's interesting," and then stab.
See, I'm glad that I learnt that fact, because I was going to confuse that with lacanophobia and fear of werewolves. They sound very similar.
Yeah, you don't want to do that.
They're similar for a reason, but we can't say why.
Juniper is going to sort of hop about, trying her best to put out the remaining Ennies placemats in order to make sure that if and when this new one reforms, there is still some paper to reform from.
All right. Meanwhile, Korvok Greenwielder, how do you find yourself?
Well, so not good. Korvok started the plane crash at 0 HP.
Yeah.
So, I'm gonna say in pretty rough shape. The way I sort of see this, and you can rein me in here, is that Korvok is deeply unconscious, but that does not mean that he is safe even in his own mind. We talked about this, but Korvok is fighting a losing battle, and to me, I think that the other consequence of him getting taken out is Korvok is not Korvok anymore. Korvok has reverted back to little boy justice, as his dreams were squashed by Vimble's discouraging words and knives. And so, yeah, no, I mean, I'm not sure if he's awoken or if he's, just like sort of comatose and in like a dream fugue. But yeah, we're dealing with little boy justice here.
So yeah, I think in your like unconscious dreamscape, you're flashing back to Vimble training you, saying like, "Catch this dart, little boy justice," and then just throwing a knife into your chest, which is a lot like what just happened to you. And you're having a bad time recalling his sometimes unintentional cruelty. Vimble was introduced as a lawful good character who just kind of sucks because they think they're doing the right thing, I think. Mm-hmm. And so there's a lot of that where it's just like, your name isn't Korvok, that's a stupid name. You're little boy justice, and you're just being like, oh, okay. And then you were rudely awakened in the wreckage of the Justice Mobile by something being pushed into your mouth, and your eyes snap open and you see the Pengman standing over your body. One arm, one wing, having been torn off in the crash, and the other one...
Oh, it was delicious.
And the other one now in your mouth.
Yeah, I was gonna say. Yeah, I mean, well, have you ever seen Rescue Heroes?
No.
I'm not
Is that like Rescue Rangers?
Maybe?
That better not be what I think it is. Hold on.
I don't think it's scandalous. It was a little show about mice.
Oh my god.
Masquerade?
Okay, no. Okay.
Wait, 1 second.
I thought this. I think this is 2019. Are you're still watching Rescue Heroes?
No. But like
That was the most judgmental question I've ever heard.
yeah, there would be nothing wrong with it if I was.
You're right. That was totally out of pocket of me because I watch cartoons all the time. It's stupid.
The Justice Heroes fandom is not going to take kindly to this one. But yeah, no, I mean, I what I'm sort of imagining is like it's a bunch of like EMT type people who are like superheroes though, and like super high tech. And so Little Boy Justice is like trying to be a cop in the I think that cops are superheroes type vein. Instead of like I want like a superhero should behave like a cop. It's like no, cops act like superheroes. That's my understanding of it.
Your first act as Little Boy Justice 2.0, you have in your mouth the wing of a kind of penguin-human hybrid, like a penguin with human skin who desperately wants to be eaten. Mm-hmm. Do you oblige the creature?
I mean, like, here's the thing. Like, in his, like, weakened state, like, he would not normally, but in his weakened state, the penguin is so delicious, and he's, like, just waking up that he, like, he can't help himself, and he bites into it. And, like, he's, like, just savoring the juices running down his throat, and then like realizes what he's done, and like I'm sorry, fellow. Oh no, I just messed everything up, and he's gonna like try and like sort of I'm gonna like spit up like what I can of the wing and try and like just sort of like put it back, like just like mash it onto the stump.
All right, how many hit points do you want to regain? Because I was offering you all of them, but if you want to make a role playing choice here, you're free to do so.
Oh yeah. I mean, I guess how many hit points do I have normally? Okay, my max HP is 53. I'm gonna say 40.
All right. So you start trying to put like half of the penguin's wing back on. You see it is also missing a foot. It was like mangled in the crash, but it appears to be ecstatic. It is in like religious euphoria, having been chomped down on, and it is like writhing on the ground. It's doing the hey go face.
Yeah. No. I mean, well, where's the rest of you, little guy? Here, let's go and find it. And then I'm gonna like just sort of like put my arm around him and wait. What am I wearing here? Little Boy Justice is going to I'm not sure how much he's able to change his outfit now, but he is at the very least going to like tear like a scrap off of like a strip of his clothing and like just like cut 2 holes in it and like make like a little mask that's just like the like one ribbon around his his eyes.
Yeah, like a domino mask. Why don't you roll?
Yeah.
Why don't you roll performance?
20.
That's a crit.
Yeah.
So 2 things. One is that you really buy into this, like putting back on your costume. The other is that when you crit, you have the option of leveling up Spider. This is something that we've seen before with the eel and Dio. You get a feat of your choice, and you can describe how both you and your companion physically change, like evolve like a Pokemon. This is fascinating because the dice have decided that maybe you are more Little Boy Justice than you thought.
Oh yeah, 100%. So first of all, can I just describe? I mean, I'm gonna try and send a picture of like basically what like my inspiration for my costume's gonna be. So it's like it's superhero cop. I don't know why I sent this picture. This doesn't do a good description of it. But yeah, I mean,
he's down to earth. He's cool. He's like he's not here to oppress you. He's here to help you. I like it.
No, yeah. So I've got like it's like dress shirt, a tie, and then like I've got like that sort of like cartoony cop hat with like just sort of like very obviously handmade out of like aluminum foil badge on like the top of the hat and like on my thing, and then I've got the domino mask on.
All right, so you're like suiting up. You're having like a superhero suit up montage, and Spider comes kind of like out of the smoke because you were really badly thrown and crashed into the ground, and like there's all this wreckage, and so Spider emerging is like really majestic in their new form. What does that look like?
Okay, yeah, like I'm thinking. Oh, you know what it is? So like Spider's going to be main thing, way bigger. Wings, we're gonna bring him back, and now it's like it's just like we're talking a thick ass horse.
Are you thinking about those really big horse breeds?
We're doing police horse here, you know. He's real big, and he's like he's got like we're talking like I'm thinking like a siren on his head, and like sort of like a like yeah, no, he's gonna have like a sort of like a his mouth is sort of becoming disfigured, where he has like growing out of it almost is like a megaphone that like can like protrude out, like it's like sort of like a like it's his tongue that can just like come out, but it doesn't like like it looks weird coming out. No one's denying that, and yeah, it'll just sort of like send play messages either of like things like sirens going off, or it can just be like remain calm type thing. That's that's what we're talking about here.
Yeah, you're gonna have to. They can't. I looked up police horse, and now I'm looking at armored horses, but like modern. It's kind of cool. Like I hate it, like that the horses have to do that, but
yeah, it's like some Pokemon like gain like items and stuff when they evolve, and you have like there's these like almost like armor these riot horses get that are like now part of the body.
Google riot. Well, maybe don't Google riot horse, because why are horses at a riot?
No, yeah, get those animals off those horses. You know what I mean?
Yeah, exactly. But in concept, the horses do look cool. But they shouldn't be doing this at all. But they do look like cool cyberpunk horses.
Yeah, and Spider now also does have a Punisher tattoo on its like the equivalent of its like bicep.
Someone could write an essay about this development, I feel like, because it was like Korvok's like, I want to be an inspirational speaker, I want to help people, but then because of the dice, it's like, oh, actually your true self that is like in universe is supported by magical manifestation, is like you actually have internalized Dark Justice's philosophy, and like part of you like genuinely still wants that, and like what does that mean? It's fascinating and terrifying.
Well, and yeah, like I want to be clear. Spider is like ready to like crack some protesters' skulls. Little boy Justice is like no, like I'm using this horse to like save some kittens from trees. And right now our quest is to find the Penguin's the rest of his body parts.
Well, here's what happens as Spider emerges from the splinters of the Justice Mobile, fully armored up like a steel type Pokemon. And as he trots over to you, you have your new outfit, you hear a voice say, "So, you're back, little boy Justice." And you see Vimble also, pushing some wreckage off of himself and standing up, in also like a new costume, because you remember Vimble threw his original cowl into like a campfire and was like, "Oh, I have to learn the true meaning of justice." But then you like changed your mind and were like, "No, I actually have to be like that." And so he has all this like Hulkbuster armor that you found.
Well, hi, Dark Justice. I was just helping this here little fella find the rest of his arms and legs.
Why should I believe you? You threw in your lot with these cowardly, superstitious criminals.
What are you talking about? Well, our job's just to help people.
I'm not. So you crit on the performance. So I'm going to say you do convince Vimble that your intentions are aligned, and so instead of this one-on-one rematch boss fight after Vimble narrowly defeated you last episode, instead is him walking up and offering a hand to shake you back into this kind of ideology brotherhood.
Well, don't just stand there, silly. Come on, we gotta go help this guy find his body parts. Time is ticking.
All right. So you all begin, you're all independently looking for each other, survivors from the crash and, enemies to look out for. And so the party reunites. How does this look? Juniper and Piccolo, you each have a gem. As you come across a lava field, and you see Vimble and Korvok together.
Oh my god, it's like Star Wars.
Yeah. I mean, I'm literally thinking of, the Mustafar scene as what the backdrop is.
Okay, so how can we get to them?
I'm giving everyone the option of being like, oh, I used the magma to create a barrier, but if you want to just walk up to each other, you can do that as well.
Well, yeah, I'll just walk up. We gotta kill the bad guy, right?
So to reiterate, is Little Boy Justice pretending to Little Boy Justice right now?
You don't know in character.
Okay.
I'm gonna believe in the band.
Yeah, in character, you don't know. Out of character, I think Sam has signaled that this is genuine.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is genuine. I mean, it is, I am open to Gilligan's Island rules, if he gets, bonked on the head hard enough, possibly,
Yeah.
but,
Okay, but right now you are over being pally with Vimble, it seems.
Yes.
Is this correct? Okay. Juniper is gonna keep a distance for a second, and if she can see Piccolo, is gonna sort of side with Piccolo and be like, hey, how you doing over there with Vimble?
We won the battle, and I wave the gem.
No, my sidekicks.
Oh, that means there's 3 of us. 1 of you, we win.
Vimble has a fan of darts that he shinks out, it's like a batarang just come out seemingly from nowhere, ready to throw down with the villains who defeated his sidekicks.
Yeah, what you doing over there, Korvok? You ready to help with the fight? You're right there. Get a nice hit in.
We won, Korvok. Don't hang out with losers.
I'm helping my friend here, and I hold up the Pangman, and then I look over at Dark Justice, see him shinking his fan of knives. I'm like, what are you doing? What are you doing that for? Come on, we have to go find his body parts.
Little Boy Justice, look at those gems they're holding. Those were my sidekicks. These are villains.
Hey, what's with all the Little Boy Justice stuff? Didn't we have a whole thing where you realized that it's kind of dehumanizing that you weren't really allowed to be your own person? You remember that?
Can I bonk Little Boy Justice on the head?
I mean, you can try, but I don't know anything about that. I'm just a little boy. Justice, that is.
Little Boy Justice, didn't you not like drinking pee? Remember the pee! Remember it!
Dark Justice, how do these people know anything about our super secret training?
They must have evil mind-reading powers.
It's a trick! The pee is a trick! Oh my god. Oh, intimidation. Oh my god.
I gotta tell you, I don't know that rolling on another player character is anything right now.
Little Boy Justice is just trying to find the Penguin's arm and leg, which the Penguin does not seem particularly worried about. But I'm just gonna try and cut above all the squabbling, be like, listen, all of you. Or no, I'm talking through Spider's megahorn now, and I'm like, listen, there's something more important than all these squabbles. We gotta help our friend here. And I'm gonna try and use can I use a persuasion?
Yes. This is less about rolling on your fellow players, Laura and Mari, but more about setting a general atmosphere here.
Yeah. 13.
So 13 is above average, so it is going to do something useful. I think, Piccolo and Juniper can decide what they say, but the useful thing is that you shouting at the megaphone attracts another attention. You hear further to the east, the direction you were all going before the crash. You hear like a clang, like a crunch, something basically it sounds like a fight. Going on. You hear like grunting and a shout. You hear like a roar, and whatever it is, it's like that there is someone else here. And your megaphone has like gotten their attention, and maybe you hear someone say like "over here" or "help." So there's someone else, which is what I'll give you for above average. But Juniper, Piccolo, feel free to respond.
Oh, enough role playing. We gotta go. And I just run over to the help.
Yeah.
Like Willboy Justice is like, oh geez, we gotta go. Come on, Dark Justice, and then he's gonna like gallop off with on Spider.
All right, so the inner party conflict is tabled for the moment. We'll probably get back to that. But as you rush through the mist towards what appears to be the source of the heat, the farther east you go, the hotter it gets, and like the air begins like glowing with embers, and the rivers of magma become more prominent. You see what appears to be a fight between some sort of giant and some sort of humanoid. I'm going to put some pictures here. Here's the giant. Tell me how this makes you feel.
Okay, so by giant, do we mean Korvok giant?
No, I mean a 20-foot tall creature with 24 arms and 5 heads. This is a Hecatoncheires.
Oh, he kind of looks like a tree like me. Hello?
A thing about this Hecatoncheires is that they have a number of weapons in all of their various hands. You spy, in fact, some really distinctive ones. There is a fiery greatsword, bigger than any of your bodies. There is a labrys, which is a kind of axe, which is rhymed with ice. You see a dagger, which appears to have a glass compartment filled with sand in the middle of it. You see a purple wand, which once again is small compared to them, but it's huge compared to you. You see a black staff and a simple wooden club in its various hands. Other things to note about this giant is that their body appears covered in like hash marks, like they're counting something. And a number of their hands have had the skin melted away. And so they have essentially a bunch of skeletal hands, which is maybe disquieting.
Are they okay? Is there a way to find out if like they're cursed to do this and we can help in some way?
Well, we can definitely make an Arcana check to that effect. I will say the person they are fighting is a bronze dragonborn who is much smaller than Piccolo, not as small as Vimble and Juniper, but like humanoid size. And this person appears to be a monk. They are fighting by like flipping, punching, kicking. They're doing a lot of acrobatic kicks. But this giant is simply just so much bigger, and appears to be whooping this dragonborn's ass up and down the lava field.
I rolled a 1 on Arcana. Not a botch, but...
Does the fact that I speak giant help this at all?
1, 3, and 6. The party fails so poorly. Basically, the Hecatoncheires swings its great sword at the Dragonborn, who does like a Matrix flip dodge, slow motion back spring over the blade, and then another blade comes in from the other side, and the Dragonborn is cut clean in half at the waist, and the two halves go flying across the lava field in front of your eyes.
Just because we didn't know anything about magic?
You do not know enough useful information to intervene.
Hopefully the bad character got cut in half and not the nice one.
I'm gonna be honest with you guys, I have no idea what's going on. I can't make heads or tails of the giant flesh tree. Is it a tree? Is it a person? Is it meat?
I'm gonna use like a Spider's like megaphone and like shout in giant.
Disperse.
Huh?
Sorry.
Wait, what'd you say?
I said disperse.
No, Hey, fella, that's quite enough of that. Now, put your hands up in the air, and we're gonna take you to jail.
The Hecatoncheires raises all of its various weapons in the air, almost mockingly, and says,
Me, Rex, met traitor God. Journey ends here.
Oh, wow, it's like right here? Oh, I thought we were going to have to go like 100 miles. It's
What did you turn the end of the world into?
Oh, yeah. Congratulations. You won. How did it go?
Traitor God cannot be defeated. Useless, useless, useless.
And you see the Hecatoncheires, has all its weapons pointed up the sky, almost in like some kind of religious ecstasy, as it stands before you, and it just roars, and all of its like skeletal fingers are somehow still bending, despite obviously something being extremely wrong with them. And as it steps forward, there's like a cloud of ash with each giant step, and lava bursting through the ground. And you see actually behind it, because its body was blocking your view, there is just the opening to some kind of volcano. It's not a huge mountain, but it's like, oh, this is the epicenter of the lava activity.
Can I pep talk them with intimidation? Like, get your head in the game.
You can absolutely roll intimidation if you would like.
14.
14 is not going to do it. What do you say?
Come on. You just because you tried once and they melted off all the flesh off of your inside sticks doesn't mean you have to give up now. You can always go back. Look, you have plenty of meat left before they get to your inside sticks.
The Hecatoncheires looks at its skeletal fingers and says,
Traitor God, not do. Defeat in the mind. Unassailable will.
No, wait. Little boy Just is gonna step in here with he's on his megaphone still, and he's like,
well, that's just because you did it alone, fella. But next time we won't be alone. Rex, why don't you join up with us, and we'll beat him with friendship.
oh boy.
Yeah, do you want to join a band?
Rex does not seem to want to join a band. Like I said, he has 5 heads, and they all speak together in like a chorus, but they're also all looking in different directions. The eyes are all swiveling in their sockets to have like 360 vision. What?
We wouldn't ever have to pay for like speakers at a concert. Just
yeah.
It would be incredible. This is the best. We don't even have a lead singer. We need one.
Vimble leans over to you, little boy Justice, and says, "This man is a murderer. We're going to have to take him in."
No. Do you want to join a band? Oh, persuasion. Oh, shit. I'm so bad at.
Piccolo just
14. Do you want to join a band?
So twice now, Piccolo has rolled charisma checks at this giant. 14 both times, neither time successful. This is very funny for reasons that aren't clear to Pets for Pants LLC. But Rex laughs. And looking at the 4 of you, Piccolo, Juniper, Korvok, and Vimble, he reaches down with one of his hands and makes 4 hash marks on his arm, with the hundreds of other marks all over his body.
I'll take that as a no.
Is this you preemptively marking us down as people you've killed? Because that seems like, if that's what you're doing, I feel like you're a little early on that.
That makes me question the other marks, because what if you were putting marks down before and you lost? Or they got away. Now all your other marks have less validity. I'm less intimidated now, actually.
Then come, even if you defeat me, never defeat Traitor God.
20 for initiative.
8. Rex actually botched on initiative.
He has to fall down.
That's not how initiative works, but I like your chutzpah.
He trips while trying to look cool, and then gives us the the time to attack.
Okay. In that case, I'm gonna throw out some lightning, so I'm gonna need a dex saving throw.
Holy Christ, 26.
Half of 17, so that's what? 8.5 rounded. Does that get rounded up or down?
Down. Always down.
8 damage.
All right. So, Juniper, you bring your storm cloud over the lava plains and begin raining lightning down on Rex the Hecatoncheires. At the end of your turn, legendary action, Rex roars at the sky with his, half a dozen mouths and swings the wand in your direction with one of his hands. And is going to try to blast you. 23.
That will hit.
All right. 18. A giant beam fires out. This is very much like a beam you've fired a number of times this campaign, which is... What is the name of that spell you kept using? Fuck.
Guiding Bolt?
Yes, Guiding Bolt. It's just like a huge column of light shoots out of this purple wand. It slams into you, and you begin glowing. Advantage will be granted against you to hit you. Otherwise,
that's only fair when I do it.
But yeah, no hiding in the mist or smoke for you. Piccolo, your turn.
All right, so I go into a rage for the third time, and you know what? I'm just gonna frenzy too. Mm-hmm. So now I'm frenzying. And so that means I get to hit them 3 times. So I'm going to do 17, 13, and 20.
All right. Armor class is going to only be hit by the 20.
Only the 20?
Only the 20.
Wow. Okay. So...
Yeah, this person is huge. They dwarf you, Piccolo. Almost 3 times your size.
Okay. All right. Since I am raged, I get an extra 2 damage per weapon swing anyway, but at least I got a hit. Mm-hmm. 19.
All right. Yeah. You rush forward and start swinging away with your iridescent axe. You can start lopping arms off. He has arms to spare, but at the end of your turn, legendary action, the Hecatoncheires is going to bring down a huge wooden club on your head.
Ow.
And that is going to be 24.
Oh, that hits, yeah.
16 damage. You just get thwonked by this Hecatoncheires, who's
I am deeply, deeply disturbed that he is hitting me with what seems to be a dead body, cut apart and put back together.
We all seem to be being attacked by things that are relevant to what our whole deal is. Made of wood, that one spell I use that's really good.
Korvok, you double whatever you're doing because flavor-wise, you are going to be attacking for Dark Justice in your practiced classic duo maneuvers. You are the dynamic duo.
All right. So yeah, Little Boy Justice is riding in there on Spider, and he's gonna sort of along with Dark Justice, and they're both going to sort of like jump off and like sort of like in tandem. Yeah, Little Boy Justice is going to like throw Korvok up into the throw Vimble like up into the air, where he's going to start doing his like acrobatic knife throwing routine. Whereas Little Boy Justice is just going to start clobbering onto that there giant with his 2 short swords, which he gets a double attack. So he's going to swing with
24 hits.
All right, I do 5 plus the hunter's mark is 4.
All right, what's the total damage? The audience has heard a bunch of numbers for the last 4.5 minutes.
Oh yeah, just heard a bunch of numbers. Yeah, the total damage is a bunch of numbers. So it's 10, 20, and 10. So 29.
29 damage at the combo move. You throw Vimble, who starts raining down knives, then you run over and slash and smash. So it's really sick. At the end of your turn, legendary action, Rex looks down at you and just says,
Tie me.
looking at Vimble, and then over you, and you are to him just as tiny as Vimble. And he tries to bring down the ice axe and the fire sword on the two of you. That is a crit, my friends.
Oh my goodness.
That is a brutal critical hit. We're scared to see it. 37 damage.
I'm going to use Stone's Endurance here to reduce it by 12.
So that giant blade, instead of cleaving you in half like it did that poor bronze dragonborn, your stone skin causes it to skip off. It's still doing significant damage. But now it is Rex's turn, and he's...
Owie!
That's what he said. That's what Vimble says. Or, sorry, that's what a Little Boy Justice says.
What did he say?
Owie!
The Hecatoncheires slams all of its weapons down into the ground and then rips them up in a ways to like throw lava all around, just like tearing up the surface. And this, whatever this is, causes some like mini earthquake. Everyone, wisdom saving throw. Wisdom saving throw.
Oh,
to avoid
my one weakness.
This is an ability called Frightful Presence. Korvok, you are immune to fear because of that scary helmet you found in the tunnels. Or you were given by the love bugs, in fact.
26 to avoid fear. I've been hit by lightning so many times, nothing's scary anymore.
Yeah.
I'm immune to fear, but also I did roll a 5, so I just want it to be like just out of character. Everyone should know that with underneath the helmet, Little Boy Justice is scared too.
Oh, I'm scared of lava. I'm made of wood.
A jet of lava erupts out of the volcano behind Rex, and you are paralyzed, and you are in fact going to need to roll wisdom on your turn to break out of this. But we're back to Juniper.
Okay. Let's keep it up with the lightning. That seems like the most sensible thing to do at this moment. So give me that dex save.
Right.
8. Just a little 8.
14. It's better than last time, at least, I guess. Please be injured. Please be hurt.
Yeah, the flavor is a peal of lightning rips one of the hands off, at the elbow, just the ferocity of it. But he has 24 more. So Piccolo, wisdom saving throw to see if you are still afeared.
18.
All right, so you shake yourself off. You are going to lose that turn, but that means you can join again, and you cannot be stricken with fear again in this fight.
Okay.
Korvok and Vimble, we're back to you.
Hey, why mess with a good thing here? We're gonna do the same old thing. 15.
Miss.
Fuck.
Ooh.
All 4 attacks miss. That's brutal. The Hecatoncheires, as you're swiping at him with your sword and your hammer, and Vimble's throwing knives, once again is going to attack both of you. A legendary action. The dagger with the hilt made of glass and filled with sand is going to be stabbed at you, Korvok. 24.
Okay, when I'm gonna use Giant Killer here as my reaction. So when a large or larger creature you can see within 5 feet of you hits or misses you with an attack, you can use a reaction to attack that creature immediately after its attack.
All right, so you are going to take 13 damage, and then you get a crackback.
Yeah, I should have eaten more of that Pangman, but that's just not the way of Little Boy Justice.
I feel like Little Boy Justice was only eat a very tiny bit with a knife and fork very carefully and slowly. Wouldn't want to seem rude.
Alright, buddy. Let's, come on, gang. We can do it.
And then he's going to 23.
Hell yeah. Solid hit.
That's, so that'd be 9, plus the 4, so that's, 13.
And the other attack there for the legendary action was the club on Vimble. 13, that's going to miss. Vimble just does a sick flip over that. And now we are back at Hecatoncheires' turn, who is going to pick up their staff, which is made from some kind of black wood. It seems to be crackling with magic, and they're going to slam it into the ground. Everyone, dexterity saving throw.
10.
7.
19.
10 damage to Juniper and Piccolo as a wave of necrotic magic washes over the party, and you just feel like the life being drained from you by this dark magic from this staff. Korvok, you are not damaged. You said you had 6 HP. 10 would have knocked you out, but it does not.
Okay. I'm just gonna commit to the lightning and stick with it, because right now that's the best chance I've got, I think. Give me that dex save.
All right, 16.
Still 11 damage when halved.
Yeah, another bolt rips through the Hecatoncres, who seems to be pretty ragged. Remember, when you got here, he was already fighting someone, so he didn't have full health.
Yeah, well, I'm hoping I'm running out of tricks, so I really hope lightning allergy becomes a problem soon. Please be allergic to enough lightning.
I mean, even though he wasn't started at full health, he's still heckin' chonkeries. Am I right?
At the end of your turn, Juniper, legendary action, the purple wand fires a beam at you. 24.
24's gonna hit.
Yep, and that is this beam we all know and love so much. And that is going to be 13 damage from Guiding Bolt.
Okay. Yep.
We're at Piccolo.
Useless.
24, 25, 15.
Holy shit, 24 and 25. Solid hits.
12, 20. So that's 32 damage.
Yeah, with your axe, you just lop off a number of other arms. Legendary action at the end of your turn. Flaming Greatsword. Crit!
Whoa.
Crit.
Whoa.
Crit.
Whoa, and it's fire.
Yeah. 18.
Oof. Big.
We are at Korvok and Little Boy Justice. This is everyone, including Rex the Hecatoncres, is looking rough. This is a climactic battle by the volcano.
Give it your everything, dude. Don't hold back.
22.
Holy shit.
So that's 8 plus 4 is 12.
Oh my.
Okay. This is the Hammer of the Boop. It's 25.
Oh.
So
oh
that's,
shit.
And so that's 5, which is, I guess, so that's 6 plus 4 is 10.
All right, so here's what happens. So you use your sword and your Hammer of the Boop to deal a decisive blow in this battle. Like, Vimble's throwing darts into the Hecatoncres' body, and you're running up them like steps up to its head. You stick your short sword into the brain of one of the heads, and then you turn and knock the jaw off another one of the heads with your hammer. And it looks like this fight is won. The team has defeated this Hecatoncres, but in his dying moments here, he shouts to all of you.
Your victory means nothing. You do not know what the traitor god is capable of. You will never understand.
And then he tips backwards and begins to fall into the volcano's mouth. And as he falls, there is a jet of lava, and Vimble and Korvok are forced to get away lest they be consumed. And you can hear the Hecatoncres as he sinks into the mouth of the volcano, still shouting at you.
You do not understand. You do not know his powers.
He's shouting this, but it goes unheard as through Spider's loudspeaker, Little Boy Justice is just singing the theme song where he's like, Dark Justice and the Little Boy Justice is singing the dead, defending friendship, defend, going out, saving everyone, saving the world, And like it goes on for longer than that. I spared that for you. But yeah, I mean, we can do a performance check. I don't know what that will do.
No, this is the soundtrack we need because everyone's, really badly hurt and is like bleeding and standing around the mouth of this volcano as the song kind of fills the space here. And after there's a big jet of lava and like one or two last shouts from the giant, something else comes out of the mouth of the volcano, which is light. It starts as like a glow that's coming out, and then it just keeps growing. It's almost like a physical presence.
Yeah, like I feel like Little Boy Justice is like obviously there's a jet of light. Like I'm singing our theme song here, right? Like it'd be weird if it's weird when there isn't light.
I strike a super cool pose with my cool crystal axe, which refracts the light in a cool way. I don't know how we want to do it. I don't want to control someone else's light, but it looks super radical. Like I'm doing, and also one of my legs is super high in the air and one's on the ground, and I'm leaning back, and one of my hands is on the ground as one of my legs.
I'm also picturing this is like the sort of like the triumphant end of like a theme song for like a Saturday morning like anime. Like I'm thinking like Gen 3 Digimon type shit.
Yeah.
And we are all obviously striking cool poses.
I think Juniper is a lot less time to strike a cool pose about this, and is a lot more like I'm just gonna be ready in spell casting direction, because big bolt of light. I'm not so confident this is a great thing.
All right, so as the light begins erupting out of the volcano, first like flowing like liquid and then just spouting into the sky, growing brighter and brighter and consuming more and more. Piccolo, you strike a cool pose. Korvok, you hit the high note on the song. And Juniper, you're like, oh, here we go again. And the light washes over all of you. And then there is darkness.
It's dark. Help. Can you guys see anything?
Piccolo, you have these thoughts like half conscious. Your eyes open, nestled inside of your bark, peeking out in a number of crevices. You have these eyes. And you see obsidian on the ground where you are. Suddenly, you are lying on the ground, and you find yourself in some pain, and you call out, and you push a raccoon skull off of yourself and start to stand up, and you find yourself stepping on something which tastes delicious.
Oh no! We're in a time loop.
It tastes delicious. What do you do?
I pick up the delicious. I don't eat it. I pick it up, and I've had this delicious wing before. Something seems suspicious. Do I get my rage charges back, or is that spent?
If you eat the Penguin's severed limb, you can get your stuff back. If not, you have just been in a terrible crash and you were shredded.
Oh no!
So this is we got time looped.
It sure seems like a time loop.
If I eat this, I will get back my 2 rages and lose my exhaustion and get all my health back. Something. I do not trust the meat. The meat is devious somehow.
Well, I'll say this: if Juniper's in the time loop too, Juniper didn't eat the meat.
Accepting that I am chained to a timeline I have no choice over, I Dr. Manhattan feel and eat it.
All right, you regain your vitality. As you do so, chomping down on this delicious wing, you hear a voice behind you say, "Ah, yes, the criminal Dark Justice warned me about." And you turn and you see Mudface, the new one.
I check on my body for where the old crystal was, because where I put it.
You do not have a gem.
Hey, Mud Friend. I think we're in a time loop. We can fight again if you like, but it's only going to happen again and again.
This must be one of those criminal deceptions that Calthinian the Fourth warned me about. I'm wise to your tricks.
I'm gonna intimidate you.
All right.
Listen here, you little shit. Listen here, you little shit. You need to listen up. We're in a time loop. Doesn't matter how, doesn't matter why. We just know that we're stuck here. And the only way out is if we break what we did before. And what we did before is I kicked your ass. And I stole that cool gem of yours. So either you're in or you're out. But either way, I'm doing me. So do you want to live or die? Because I've already killed you once. It's pretty easy.
I like how you suggested that the only way out of the time loop is to break what you did the first time in the time loop, which was to win the fight. It's like, I gotta get my ass kicked this time.
Well, yeah, no, actually that made sense. But you're right, Laura.
Gotta get my ass kicked to break the time loop.
Yeah. But I rolled an 18.
You rolled an 18, so yeah, Mudface, who has been alive for like a short while, literally, they were given to Vimble by Sprinkle somewhat recently. Just crumbles under your immense personal charisma, and it's just like, okay. Well, I mean, as long as you don't do any crimes in front of me, I guess it's fine. Can we? I guess I'll take you to Vimble, and then he'll decide if you're a criminal. Don't hit me.
Vimble doesn't decide shit. You need to think for yourself, little mud boy.
Oh my god. All right, 18 is a success, so you have cowed the new one. Juniper.
Into personal thoughts and like to being an individual and thinking for themselves?
Well, we'll find out.
Okay.
Juniper, you were in the twisted metal of Scorpion, and you pull yourself out and you see near a lava flow there is a delicious drumstick cooked to perfection by the magma.
Okay, and I didn't eat the drumstick and I'm still in the time loop.
Correct.
This time eat it.
Yeah, I feel like this time I gotta eat it, because otherwise I'm not gonna have the stats I need to go through this again.
All right, you chow down on this delicious Pengman, and you are restored to full hit points. And as you are eating, you hear a voice behind you say, 1/4 of the bones in your body are in your feet.
Okay, I've got a piece of trivia for you. We're stuck in a time loop. Do you remember being stuck in a time loop? Because I remember us being stuck in a time loop. That's some fun trivia. That's trivia.
You turn around and say that to the Trivier, who is made of Denny's placemats and maps with Zana's rapier, and they tilt their head quizzically at you. And as if they're answering your question, they say, a duck has 3 eyelids?
I've been through this before. I kicked your ass in a fight, knocked you unconscious, did not kill you, was non-lethal. Went and fought a big hecatonchery, and then a big volcano exploded with light, and now I'm here again.
Suddenly the Trivier seems mad at whatever kind of game you're playing and just shouts, a rhinoceros horn is made of compacted hair.
Yeah. Look, I have no interest in fighting you. Will you set aside whatever this is for just a minute so we can go find out what in that volcano has got us stuck in a time loop? Because none of us are going to win this race if we're stuck in a time loop.
That sounds like persuasion.
3. Not terribly persuasive.
The Trivier shakes his head and just says, when grazing or resting, cows tend to align their bodies with the magnetic north and south poles. And he lunges at you and stabs you with the rapier.
Okay.
Crit!
Oh my god.
Why
The
is it like
Trivier
this?
is aware of the time loop, but they can't say anything. They're trapped within the words of trivia. They're like, I know, we are trapped. I can't do anything else.
Look at this. Not only did I crit, I maxed every die.
Wow.
What? Shit, fuck. 20 damage, Juniper. I'm
Cool.
sorry.
Thanks, Austin. That's so chill of you. That's the chillest thing you've ever done. It's so chill.
Aren't you glad you ate?
I'm glad I ate. I'd be dead if I hadn't.
Yeah, I mean, the Trivier buries Zana's rapier just through your body. It comes out the back and hits the scorpion.
Oh gosh.
Okay, cool, I start fighting.
Just fast forward. Just press the fast forward button right now. Okay, we did it. What happened?
We already know that with your lightning, you can fry the trivia. Would you like to do that?
Yeah. I fry the trivia non-lethally and try and get back to the rest of the group as quickly as possible.
So yeah, the way this works is you get pinned through the chest with the rapier. It's a grievous wound, but then there's just a hard cut, and we see you walking across the lava field holding the gem in your hand, just like bleeding and covered in soot, and you're just like, fucking goddamn it, every time with this shit.
Yeah.
Oh no, so yeah, Korvok is rendered unconscious by the crash and the damage that is dealt to him, and inside him swirls a vicious battle where he's fighting a losing war and being overtaken by Little Boy Justice, returning to that state.
Yeah, this is an interesting point where we could choose for this to go the same way. Like you pull yourself out, you change your costume, Spider comes out looking badass.
I had already decided Little Boy Justice does not know this is a time loop and will 100% do the exact same thing.
All right, perfect.
I was gonna just play that as like a thing, but yeah.
Yeah, I think in my mind's eye, I see Korvok crawling out, and there's like you pulling together your costume, and it looks like you're gonna not do it this time. Like you put down the thing you used to make the domino mask, because then you found a better piece, and then you used that one.
Yeah.
And so we cut back to the lava field where Vimble and Korvok are on one side and Juniper and Piccolo are on the other, and we're having the same meeting.
This is very important. Does Vimble know that they're in a time loop?
That's a great question. I think Vimble has his suspicions. He has a relatively high intelligence, but I think he's keeping it to himself to see how things play out.
Okay. Well, Juniper is wasting no time going, hey, who here remembers we're in a time loop?
I remember we're in a time loop.
I don't know what that means. This is a trick, Korvok. Don't listen to them.
You're silly, and we're wasting time. Our friend here needs to. We need to go find his wing. His wings.
Okay. Little Boy Justice, do you remember this happening before?
I mean, sure. Well, sure. I've helped animals lots of times. That's what being a hero's all about.
We're in a time loop. We're about to meet a giant green monster with weird hands, and they're gonna say, "Oh my God, I didn't defeat the last traitor god," and then we're gonna have to fight them. If that happens, we're right.
Well, I say we find our friend's feet and legs, because someone could eat them if we don't find them soon.
Okay, well, let's look this way. If there's any giant green monsters who would prove that we are indeed in a time loop, or at the very least, I can predict the future, so you should trust me completely. Let's go.
All right. It sounds like Piccolo is trying to move the conversation back to the Hecatoncheires. The question is, did you do this fast enough to get there for the Bronze Dragonborn? So why don't you roll me, I think, persuasion, if what you're trying to do is get Vimble and Korvok to come with you, Piccolo.
Well, Little Boy Justice. I think that, I'm open to you tricking Little Boy Justice into thinking that, the limbs are over that away. If you want, I'm down to, do, yeah.
Oh, Little Boy Justice. My roots are tingling. I can sense the limbs are off this way. Come on. Let's do that.
Why don't you say something?
And then, Little Boy Justice is, going to, just storm off as fast as he can.
Okay, but if there's a giant green monster, that means it's a time loop.
Korvok, you rolled a 9 for athletics.
I was trying to be he runs off, but I feel like that doesn't work.
Well, I think the logical outcome of this is you don't get there in time to save the Bronze Dragonborn. So once again, Pets for Pants LLC comes over a hill ridge and sees a bronze dragonborn doing a capoeira, like Brazilian dance fighting, on this giant hecatoncheires. And the hecatoncheires is just too big. It's too much. Has too many weapons. The dragonborn kicks the wand out of their hand. It skitters across the ground. And then with another arm, the giant pulverizes the dragonborn with his club, crushing his skeleton into a million pieces.
Okay, next time loop, everyone, we need to just ignore everything else and just sprint for this place and keep this dragonborn alive, I think.
What are you talking? This isn't some kind of video game. Let's get him.
And Little Boy Justice is just going, grabbing. He's grabbing Dark Justice, and they're running off to go do the thing. I don't know how willingly Dark Justice is going to play that, but yeah.
I'm going to assume the goal is to save the Dragonborn.
So everyone charges into battle, and it plays out much the same way. Rex tells you all that you can't defeat the traitor god, that you don't know what he's the god of, and therefore everything you do is futile. He uses the ice axe to slash you, the dagger with the sand to stab you, the staff to summon waves of magic, but your combined power is enough, and you kill him. He falls back into the volcano, and then a wave of light erupts out. And Piccolo, you wake up in the wreckage of the Justice Mobile. There's a raccoon skull on your chest. What do you do?
And I'm sneaking. What? 11. Fuck. Anyway, I go over, grab the foot or the wing, eat it. Look at... Can we just do that same thing over again?
Just walk me through it, because you've succeeded. You know what you can say to Mudface to get them on their side.
Mudface, let's go. Time loop. You're a baby. I mean, stand up for yourself more. Let's go. And I just start sprinting towards where I know Little Boy Justice and Vimble are. And I say, time loop, do you remember? Let's go.
All right, you've already succeeded on this check, so we know you can do it. Juniper, you pull yourself out of the flaming wreckage of Scorpion. You can gain your health back, but then, once again, Trivier is behind you, and he says, dragonflies have 6 legs, but cannot walk.
Hey, we are stuck in a time loop. I don't know why you don't remember it. I am gonna go and try and stop this time loop, and Juniper just is going to hobble as quickly away as possible, aware that there is probably a chance of taking some damage on the way, but fuck it.
All right, that sounds to me like a Constitution saving throw is what you want to do.
21.
All right. Yeah, you just start, crutching across the volcanic wasteland here.
Yeah, because Juniper's aim here is to get in time to help prevent this Dragonborn getting killed.
And the Trivier pokes you in the back a couple of times, just saying, like, sea otters hold each other's paws while sleeping so they don't drift apart. But you don't even turn around.
Yeah, no, I'm just walking away going, I've literally set you on fire with lightning in 2 separate times that I've done this. Don't make me do it another time. I'm trying to stop us getting stuck forever in an eternal time loop. It's really not that fun.
And so once again, Korvok, you don your hero persona. Spider is badass. Everyone meets at the lava field, but this time also all of the new ones are here. And Trivier turns to you, or turns to Vimble, in fact, because that's his hero. And he just petulantly, just like a kid who's like angry that someone took their ball and went home. It's just like, a group of goats is called a trip. And Vimble's like, yes, I know, I'm sorry. I'll get us out of this.
Little Boy Justice is like,
Great, with all of us here, we'll be able to find our friends' limbs in no time.
There's someone in danger. They need our help. They need the help of justice. Let's go.
All right, Korvok, do you find that compelling?
yeah, I think so.
Sorry, little guy. We'll get you all suited up, but someone else needs our help too.
All right. And so you all rush east into the smoke to the mouth of the volcano, where a bronze dragonborn is kick fighting a 100-armed giant. And as you approach, the bronze dragonborn turns to look at you and says,
Looks like time is on my side this time, Rex. Let's boogie.
I saw a spark against the dark, and we erupt, but it's a slow burn. We take our chance and start to dance. Can see enough to know to turn around. The sound of a bonfire carries over fences, titillates our senses, but we don't need the heat. A chill wind is pushing you into me, and it's looking like we might be burning, might be burning, might be burning down. But we're a bonfire, we keep putting in, we keep putting in. Oh, we're a bonfire, I keep putting in.